Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we'll talk about the France Pro or the Tsunami Pro. And no, this is not gonna be just another prejudging finals recap analysis video. No, we got quite a few of very interesting things to actually talk about regarding this show, so let's begin. Alright, so let's start with the winner of this show. The winner of the France Pro, of the Tsunami Pro, is Sergey Danilov. Who the hell is Sergey Danilov? I have no idea, guys, to be honest. Am I behind things? Did I not catch this guy? I actually just watched Nick Strength and Power's video and he was talking about this guy like he knew who he was. He never really introduced him. Is Nick Strength and Power pretending he knows this guy? Because I most certainly don't remember him. Was he placing well in any recent pro shows or like last year or something like that? Did I forget about this guy, guys? Because I'm not familiar with him. I checked his IG and back in 2020 he was competing against the good Vito in the other federation. As you can see, this is Nebbia Federation, but this was 5 years ago. And the latest stage photo from this guy was from 2 years ago. He competed at St. Petersburg. So yeah, this guy is a pro. He earned his pro card and I guess he competed as a pro before, but I didn't know much about him. And he just showed up here and he wiped the floor with everybody. He won the show. When I say wipe the floor, I mean he just won this show, he beat everybody. Did he really convincingly win this show? I mean, to be honest, when I was watching this, I really thought Quinton was finally gonna do it. I think Quinton losing again is more of a story than Sergey Danilov winning. Right? Like, we all thought it's finally gonna happen, and it's another second place. Come on, this guy is becoming desperate. Like, for how long is he gonna continue prepping? The next show is after the Mr. Olympia, it's the British Grand Prix. And after that we got the Prague Pro, the Romania Pro. Is Quinton gonna continue competing? Or is he just gonna finally wrap it up for the year? Because his body must be screaming. His organs, I'm sure, are screaming and asking Quinton to give them a little break. And maybe that is the reason why he didn't really nail the conditioning for this show. Maybe his body just stopped responding. It can't go on forever, man. But I thought that before the Europa Pro and then at the Europa Pro, he probably brought his best package ever. So yeah, maybe this guy still has it. Maybe he can still go on and compete in Britain in 3 weeks and then in Prague in 4 weeks. Maybe that's his plan. Maybe. But I don't know how wise that is. Could he win that British show, that British Grand Prix? Sure, he definitely could. But if he doesn't nail it, if he misses the peak again, somebody else can just show up and defeat him like it happened here. Now, did he actually deserve to play second here? I'm sure he did. I'm sure the judges would love to finally give it to him, but they just couldn't. They thought this guy was better. I mean, was he that much better? I didn't see that. I mean, I think the judges would love to give it to Quinton because he's trying so hard and they don't want to see him get hurt because of this, but I guess they thought Sergey was that much better. Was he though? Was he? I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this video. Does he look better at all? I don't think so. I don't see it. I really thought Quinton has this. Why did this guy beat him? Well, from the front, I don't see him winning. I mean, from the side, he does have some solid thickness for sure. But it's not like Quinton is small from the side compared to him. They're very comparable, size-wise. I think Quinton has better shape, nicer shape, better silhouette. Now, from behind, that could be the reason why Sergey won, because he was more conditioned and had a bigger back. But is that really enough to win in this matchup? I mean, apparently it is. I guess shows are still won from the back. Yeah, I think that's the reason why this guy won against Quinton, and that's something Quinton can change in a couple of weeks. He needs a full-blown off-season to actually blow up that back and make it look much better. So yeah, he needs to take some time to make the necessary improvements, but if he qualified for the Mr. Olympia right now and had a full year to improve until the next year's Mr. Olympia, that would be ideal. That's what he wanted to happen, but Yeah, unfortunately, it's not happening. It's not happening. We'll see if he'll do another show, but yeah, not winning this one. Another second spot for Quinton this year. Now, in that third place, we had this guy on the left here. Again, I don't know who he is. His name is Roberto Buonomo. Guys, what is happening? Am I out of loop? Or are these guys new? I don't know. I didn't know about this guy. But yeah, he looked absolutely crazy here, man. Like really round shoulders, really bubbly physique. He could have easily placed inside of this top 2. He could have won this show as well, or placed second. He was that good. Again, a new guy for me at least. But yeah, looked crazy here. And Hassan Mustafa was in 4th because he was simply too soft from the glutes. When I was watching Hassan's post, I was only seeing his front shots, and in the front shots he was decently conditioned, so I thought he was gonna be in condition, but in that last update he showed us his backside and his glutes did not seem like they were gonna be in shape, so no. Hassan Mustafa showed up here with a pretty bad condition, as usual, but he did play still very well, very high, because of his crazy amount of mass. If this guy brought conditioning, he would have won this show, and that's why I thought he was gonna win, because I thought he was gonna be in better shape than this, but no, unfortunately it's not gonna happen. It happened only once for him with AJ Sims' Cement Factory, and that was it. After that, Hassan Mustafa was always out of shape, super bloated and watery and fat like he's right here, so yeah, a wasted potential, guys. Unfortunately, he did not deliver, but he still placed really well for this level of conditioning. Alright, now we come to the interesting part, the second call-out. Why is the second call-out so interesting? It's because we had Stephana Matala in the center of it, and also Tim Budesheim and James Hollingshead fighting with Stefan for that 5th spot. Who ended up taking the 5th? It was Stephana Matala. Actually, this former classic physique guy managed to beat James Hollingshead. How did that happen? Isn't James supposed to be one of the freakier, bigger guys? Well, he is supposed to be, but earlier today I saw this story posted by James's current coach, Chris Tuttle. Somebody sent me this story and they said Chris Tuttle ruined James. He destroyed him. He looks like a classic guy now. And they were basically saying that James's mistake was to pick a coach who has a lot of knowledge but not that much experience, and I disagree with that. Jordan Hutchinson looked amazing and Chris Tuttle prepped him as well. I think in this scenario it was actually James's fault. I mean, not even his fault. It's actually no one's fault, but I do think that James Hollingshead is the toughest man on earth to prep for a bodybuilding show. I don't think there is a physique on this world that is more difficult to prep for a show than James Hollingshead. To actually manage to pick this guy well, to bring him in big and conditioned. The only guy who kinda managed to do that was Patrick Tuor. Not kinda, he definitely brought James at his absolute best. Those couple of shows that he actually won. But nobody else could do it. And no, I'm not even talking only about the mental approach. I'm actually talking about his body. I think his body is that difficult to get. But I think it's also very difficult to figure out this guy mentally. I think he likes to do things on his own and he makes a lot of mistakes and he doesn't trust coaches a lot and he thinks he knows his body better. This and that. I mean, I've been following James for a long time now. He's going up and down, like changing his mind all the time. I think he looked the best when he was working with Patrick Tuor and he was like a freaking soldier just doing what he was told. And I don't know if he did what he was told for this show right here, but he looked like he lost like 50 pounds of muscle. He looks like he was downsizing for the classic physique. What the hell was this? At this point right here, he was flat, man, flat as a pancake. And on top of that, he struggled to control his midsection. So, flat with a huge gut. This did not look good at all. I don't know why they even shared this story. This looks so terrible. He looks like he, I don't know, did like 5 hours of cardio for the last month with 100 mics of T3 a day, something like that. This did not look good, guys. And considering how bad, how terrible, how horrible he looked at this point, he actually looked great on stage. So things went really wrong at one point, but they kind of managed to bring James back to life somewhat. Only somewhat, not enough to place 5th at the freaking Tsunami Pro. This guy was winning, I think he won a Tsunami Pro at one point. And now he can't even crack the top 5 here. And a former Classic guy, who is also not that much bigger than he was when he was in Classic days, is beating him here. Alright, now let's talk about Stephana Matala, finally. What did he bring to this show? Well, size-wise, I don't think he grew much. I'm not saying he should go back to classic physique. He actually did pretty well for his first pro show ever, top 5. But after what Urs Kalatsinski did, we all kind of expected Stefan to repeat the same thing. But let's be realistic, guys. For his first open show, top 5 is a great result. Now, as far as his conditioning for this show, it was not good. And now, I can definitely see an argument that Nick Strength and Power said about Patrick Tour, that the reason why he stopped working with Stefan was because he was not happy with what Stefan was bringing. I mean, yeah, I know the whole story, but if Stefan looked better than this, maybe Patrick would stay and help him as much as he could. But this doesn't look that great. He's off with condition. His glutes are soft. He's just not in great shape. But, that's kind of the standard for these lower level open shows. Not a lot of guys actually bring good conditioning. Most of those guys are like 4 weeks out, really. So against guys like Hassan Mustafa and even Quinton Eriya, this conditioning was acceptable, for sure. But it's nowhere near the conditioning he was bringing back when he was in classic physique. So I gotta say he did not nail it for this show, but that could also be a thing. Maybe actually he had the potential to be in great shape, but the reason why he failed was because he didn't have a coach to peak him, and he just ended up looking watery on stage. Maybe that's that. Maybe. And I don't know if he has a new coach or if he did this all by himself, but just like with James Hollingshead, with Stefan, I'm pretty sure it's quite the opposite. I think anybody can coach Stephana Matala. As far as James, I spoke about how I wish to have an opportunity to actually prep somebody like Stephana Matala if James offered me to prep him for a show. Honest to God, guys, I would say no. Because, yeah, this could be one opportunity for me to make my name in those top ranks. But if I fail, then I would 99% fail, because almost everybody fails with James. I would be ruined for life. And I don't think it's worth the risk, to be honest. Plus, I'm under the impression that it's very mentally taxing to prep this guy, but I don't know about that. Anyways, guys, once again, Sergey Danilo wins the show. Another second spot for Quinton Eriya. Unfortunately, sadly, very sadly, at this point, it's just sad. That's what it is. It's just sad to see. But we'll see if this forever prep for Quinton is gonna continue. Is he gonna continue doing more shows this year? What the hell is gonna happen with this guy? I don't know. But no, sadly, he did not qualify for the Mr. Olympia. Stephana Matala, 5th for his first open show. You guys tell me down below whatever you think about Hassan, Stefan, James Hollingshead, Quinton Eriya, and of course Danilo, Sergey. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you soon. All the best and bye bye.